weather, colorful leaves, and the most important reason to get excited, a new season of TV shows and hot new films. So here with her top picks, entertainment expert Teri Hart. This is a good time of year for so many reasons, but hello, bring on the binge watching. We want to talk about the shows out there and the beautiful films we're going to want to see. What is on your list? Because you, my friend, know it all.
Yeah, I do, and I've already had a preview of some of these, so I am very confident in these recommendations. First one I'm going with is a film coming out later called A Star is Born. We've heard a lot about... Everybody's heard. Bradley Cooper's directorial debut, a revelation of a performance by Lady Gaga. She just strips everything back. This is the 4th time this movie has been made in Hollywood, so it's obviously quite a timeless story about a super successful singer who discovers a young up-and-coming singer who has a beautiful voice, but nobody thought she was beautiful enough. He makes her a star, and they fall madly in love and have a quite turbulent relationship. I'm predicting nominations for Gaga and possibly for Bradley Cooper as well, and boy, oh boy, that man can make a movie.
Those two work brilliantly together. And that is amazing.
And they both perform all of their songs, and usually in movies when there's that much singing, they do it in like a recording studio later or whatever. Not this one. They sang live on set, and Bradley Cooper with a guitar.
Really?
I'm so, thank you. Yes, I know we're talking about... Yeah, anyway.
Okay, moving right along. I am so excited about this one. Murphy Brown is back!
She's back!
She's back!
Yeah. And Candice Bergen is back playing her. Of course, Murphy Brown was a hugely popular show in the 80s and 90s. It's all about the reboot, and they are rebooting Murphy Brown. They're doing it with the entire original cast, which is super exciting. She, of course, you know, so inspired so many of us to get into broadcast journalism, and it's such a politicized time in the States right now. She told us they are pulling no punches. They have things to say in this Me Too era, in this Time's Up era, and in this Donald Trump era.
Okay, so it's all coming out on Murphy Brown. What else do you have on your list for TV shows?
I would say Million Little Things.
Yes.
You're going to need a lot of Kleenex. I cried at the trailer in this. For this TV show.
So did I. I remember when I first saw it, and I just got sucked in immediately. This is going to be the show that you are going to, you will not be able to wait for each episode every week.
Absolutely. About 6 friends who, in the first episode, so I'm not giving away any spoilers.
Okay.
In the first episode, one of the friends dies by suicide.
Okay.
And the show is about how are we connecting? How are we being friends to each other? How are we being our true selves in 2018 in this time of Instagram and fake lives? And what I really like about it is these aren't people in their 20s. These characters are in their 30s, in their 40s. They've lived some lives, and they have some things to say. It's a drama. It's a tearjerker. But who doesn't like a little cry on TV?
It's beautiful.
I know.
You want to feel.
Yeah.
You know, you get home from work, and then you want to feel. Manifest. Okay, tell me about this.
Well, I can only say so much because it's shrouded in secrecy. But if you loved Lost, you're going to love Manifest.
Yes.
It's about a family splits up coming home from a vacation. One family gets on one plane, the other half of the family gets on another. They experience some turbulence, they land, and they discover that their plane has actually been missing for 5 years. Everybody else's life has moved on. They've aged, people have died, people have remarried. They've stayed the same. So it's like sci-fi wrapped up in a family drama. If you like to ask questions about your television shows, Manifest, lots and lots of questions.
You will be thinking, right? So it's for those people that want to think a little bit. Colette is on your list.
Colette is on my list because I love Keira Knightley in a corset. There's nobody who doesn't. There's nobody that does a period drama better than Keira Knightley. Colette is an autobiographical story about a writer in the late 19th century whose husband took credit for her writing because she wasn't allowed to be published then because she was a woman. And then she just ends up breaking down barriers. She ends up divorcing her husband. She has a relationship with another woman. And Keira Knightley gives a spectacular performance, and also a great performance in it by Dominic West, who we know from The Affair. And he plays her husband, Willie, who is a cad. He's for sure not a good guy and a jerk, but we still kind of like him.
But we like him anyway.
We kind of like him.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I kind of like, though, the thoughtfulness that goes into characters that are flawed that we still kind of like. You know, like that takes a special actor and it takes a special, you know, writing team to create these characters because everything isn't black and white.
It is
right?
not. And this guy was actually, for the time they lived in, helping her out, giving her a voice, allowing her. That spilled over into some bad behavior, but there was some good things that he was doing for her as well.
For sure. Okay, The First Man.
Yeah, First Man. This one really, really excites me. Ryan Gosling, who I know.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They don't know anything about it yet.
Let me tell you.
They just heard Ryan Gosling.
Well, he's teaming up again with his director, Damien Chazelle, who directed him in La La Land, but this movie couldn't be more different. Okay. Again, a biography. It seems I like the biopics this year.
Yeah.
Of Neil Armstrong, who was the first man to land on the moon. Now, you'd think that Hollywood would make this movie about like a big action movie of going to the moon and how dramatic that all is. But they didn't. They made the story about the internal struggle of Neil Armstrong, so it's a really heady, interesting performance by Ryan Gosling, not flashy at all. And the terror that he faced every day going to work, facing death on his job. That was the reality. You know, I think 8 people had died before him on this same mission. This is the reality of what he faced to break new ground. Great performance by Gosling, and nice to see these kind of director actors who find each other as a muse.
That's amazing. Yeah. And why doesn't that ever happen? I love the internal struggle more than anything else.
Yeah, I can see any rocket ship go up at any time.
I think that's beautiful. I want to know what you're thinking. How are you feeling? Go ahead.
And Claire Foy, who of course we know from The Crown, who played the Queen, she stars as Ryan Gosling's wife.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so lots to look forward to. Throw those pajamas on, take the bra off, and get in front of that TV set this fall. Yes, Teri, thank you for that.